Hey guys, just want to talk a little bit about WikiLeaks today. I've been trying to read up basically what I can, and I've checked the news a little bit, and it's despicable the way they go about talking about it. Though we had the Iraq and Afghan war logs, we've got the diplomatic cables, we've got all the other stuff, and all anyone on news can say is, "How dare they publish this stuff? How dare they? They're terrorists, literally calling for these people to be assassinated, for this guy Julian Assange to stand terror trials, that he's a terrorist, that he should be tried for treason, that he needs to be thrown in some gulag and tortured to death, basically. It's insane. No one in the media ever seems to go, well, yeah, it's true. Why are we doing these things? Maybe we shouldn't be doing these things and we wouldn't have a problem in the first place. That sounds like a revelation to most people. But yeah, we really do these horrible things. The video that came out of those guys in the chopper shooting at it was either Iraqi or Afghan civilians, just, trying to get kids into a van to get the hell out of there, shooting at them and laughing. It's despicable. I don't really want to pick on soldiers, but that's what happens to people when you're in a situation like that, and death is all around you. You lose yourself. It was just, I think, a few weeks ago, some guy admitted to killing for fun. He killed at least, I don't know how many people. I don't know for sure, but too many people. One's enough. We've got Yemen, the president of Yemen, or maybe the prime minister, saying, yeah, well, you're bombing our country. We'll just tell them it's us. We'll tell our people it's us so you guys don't get in trouble. And Hillary Clinton telling people, well, get their social security numbers and figure out who they're doing. Don't worry about it. It's legit. Saudi Arabia asking us to bomb Iran. When, if you look at some of the polls, the Arab polls they do around the region, the biggest threat the people see isn't Iran. It's Israel and the United States. Who Israel actually is a nuclear power. They'll never admit it. They usually deny the whole situation, but they've got, at least, from what I've been able to read, somewhere in the vicinity of 400 or so, probably more now. They've got nuclear subs in the Persian Gulf. That's admitted. It's crazy. And the only thing I wish they would actually bring up in WikiLeaks is the crap that Israel does. Because everyone likes to pretend Israel is just fine and dandy until you go over to the West Bank. And then it seems like, Palestinians live in a crap hole. An engineered crap hole that they're basically forced to live in and kept in squalor while they give them a slow kill genocide, basically, and no one really seems to care, which is great. It's just insane. When you have, I don't really know if I trust WikiLeaks a whole bunch. There's a lot of stuff going around that it's some sort of COINTELPRO operation, either the CIA or Mossad, MI6. Who knows anymore? Anything's possible. All the crap going on today. But I don't see anyone out there making the case for WikiLeaks. They're not the terrorists as a media organization for putting out the information. It's the guys who leak the data, people in the Defense Department. Let's get those guys if you really want to go after someone, but not the media. If they can shut down WikiLeaks, which they have, they've took it off the U.S. servers. Amazon dropped them. I think a few other servers dropped them around the world. If they can do that to one organization within a matter of a week, I think it's been less than a week. If they can do that to someone in less than a week, then we're all screwed. If that's what happens when you print truth about what's really happening, and they're embarrassed that this came out. Not that they did it. Not that they've been doing these things, and turns out they really actually were keeping a civilian casualty list in Iraq and Afghanistan. Hundreds of thousands. That's embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. That's not embarrassing. I'd shoot myself if that were. I would kill myself if I was responsible for that. These people are insane. But overall, as a rule of thumb, when you have a well-informed general public who knows what's happening and what's going on, these things don't happen. But of course, our media is so controlled and dumbed down, and with Dancing with the Stars and all that other crap they try to shove down our throats. I mean, it's disgusting. JFK, before he died, many of you may have heard that speech where he basically, if you get a chance, Google it, look it up on YouTube. It's a great speech. I think it's called The Speech That Got JFK Killed. It's his secret society speech, in which he says there is a very real conspiracy that combines military, economic, spiritual, political, all those guys, basically, and goes on to say that we need an informed public where the news gives them not just what they want to hear, but what they need to hear to be a responsible, well-informed republic, which we no longer are. It's an empire. It's what happened to Rome. It's what happened to us. But I think Wikileaks is now threatening, if they get completely shut down, they're going to drop some major bomb. Not bomb. Information bomb, which everyone's starting to freak out about now. But I say let's see what happens, because I'm all for transparency, which apparently you'll get around to it soon, Obama. I'm sure you will.